Hi guys, in this video I will compare two Canon 24mm lenses. This one is the 24mm pancake, which I reviewed twice already. First 2 years ago in a standalone review, and then last year compared it with 40mm pancake and 50mm STM. You can find links to those reviews in the comment section below this video. Today I will compare it with another lens of the same focal length, the image stabilized 24mm IS USM. This one is made for full frame, but since the pancake works on crop sensor only, all the comparison in this video will be on crop sensor Canon 80D. For those of you interested in using 24mm IS on a full frame camera, I made a separate video testing it on my 6D. As always, link is below. So let's begin. Build quality is identical. Both lenses have metal lens mount and identical plastic on the outside. Manual focus switch feels the same when used. At 300 grams, USM lens is definitely small and light for a full frame lens, but the pancake is tiny. It weighs only 125 grams and barely extends 2 cm above the camera mount. Pancake has 52mm filter diameter and USM version 58. Both sizes are common and affordable. Neither of the lenses comes equipped with a lens hood by default. I don't recommend buying the original ones as they are expensive. I ordered third-party hood on eBay for a fraction of the cost. None of these lenses are weather sealed, so be careful when using it in wet conditions. USM lens has wider manual focus ring which is mechanically linked. There is also a window with distance scale which can come in handy. When focusing, front element does not rotate nor does it extend. Excellent. Autofocus is instant and silent. Lens can cycle very fast from macro to infinity. Pancake lens has electronically linked focus. Focus ring spins freely in either way. When focusing, it will extend, but at least front element will not rotate, what is important when using circular polarizer. Autofocus is fast when two subjects are close to one another, but if you must refocus from macro to infinity, it takes a bit to move entire front element. In this regard, USM lens has a clear advantage, as it has stabilization while pancake doesn't. It makes huge difference for video recording and allows shooting photos down to 1/8 of a second without problems. When extra careful, I was able to get completely sharp images down to half a second. As for resolution, both lenses deliver very good results. Center of the frame is just slightly less than perfect sharp at widest aperture, but from f4 onward both lenses are exceptionally sharp. It stays that way all the way up to f11. f16 and 22 suffer from diffraction, but that is not the lens fault, it is the way physics work. Altogether, these lenses perform identical in the center. Corner performance shows similar results. I might give a slight advantage to the USM lens at f2.8 based on these images, but in real life there won't be any visible difference. I tested both lenses for decentering, and while USM version looks perfect, pancake showed slight blur in the bottom right corner. It is not a deal breaker, but it is here. Of course, this varies from sample to sample depending how good they assembled each particular lens. Both lenses passed focus shift test without problems. Nice to see that. There is a significant amount of focus breathing on both of the lenses, which is mostly relevant for still images, but becomes an issue for video recording. There's nothing to be done about it, so either learn to live with it or buy something else. Pancake lens has stepper motor focus, which is made with video recording in mind. It allows smooth and accurate video focusing on dual pixel cameras and is fully silent. The problem is that the entire frame shifts a little when it starts to refocus. I think it is quite visible in this example. USM lens doesn't suffer from that problem, but has an issue of its own. When using built-in microphone, there is a possibility to catch ultrasonic focus system sound. It might even be heard in extremely quiet environments when using external microphone. Turn your volume up a bit to hear this. Both lenses show a similar amount of lateral chromatic aberrations. They are easily removed in post-process, so I don't consider them an issue. Longitudinal chromatic aberrations are much better corrected on the pancake lens. USM lens has a bit of a problem with that. There's a bit of barrel distortion on both lenses, but I wouldn't pronounce any of them better or worse than the other. To me, these images look the same. USM version is slightly better for astrophotography, but neither is perfect choice. Wide open 24mm USM lens shows a bit less of vignetting, which is of no surprise since this lens is made for larger sensor. Pancake lens is a disaster in this regard. With closed aperture, amount of artifacts is simply staggering. USM lens is much better, but still can suffer from flare with a strong light source in the frame. Honestly, I don't see any difference in bokeh quality between these two lenses. Solid performance for the price. At the first glance, autofocus highlights look identical. But after closer examination, USM lens is actually slightly better. Bokeh circles are a bit cleaner and more uniform in structure at f2.8, and at f4 they have more rounded shape. Pancake is not bad either though. STM lens is slightly better for close-ups, but not by much. If you like sunstars in your images, STM lens is a bad choice. No matter the conditions, I wasn't able to get a single one out of this lens, and I used two different units both years apart. USM lens is better, but not as good as I would have wanted. For comparison, here's the type of sunstar I like in the same conditions. With this, it is time for conclusion. As you have seen, both lenses are optically excellent performers, with little to complain about. USM lens is a clear choice if you want image stabilization, and it does better regarding sunstar, flare resistance and focus speed. The pancake, on the other hand, has visibly less longitudinal chromatic aberrations and is better suited for video if you use the tripod or gimbal. It is also smaller, lighter and 3 times less expensive. Having all that in mind, USM lens is better overall. But for the price, the pancake is unbeatable, and I do believe most users would be better off saving a bit money and getting the pancake. That's all for this review. If you have a question, feel free to ask me in the comment section below. If you want to support me, you can donate over PayPal or become a sponsor on Patreon. A big thanks to Paul and Nicholas, who are my 2 patrons at this point. There are also free ways to support me, either just by liking the video or subscribing to the channel. You can also use my Amazon affiliate links in video description before you make a purchase from them. You will not pay any more than otherwise, but Amazon will split its profit with me. And you can build a guinea pig hideout from delivery box. My piggies love it. Thanks for watching.